Hey guys, welcome back to Semper Fi Mechanic. My name is Thomas. Today's video, we're going to be fixing a brake light switch on a 2015 Kia Sorento. Just got out of AutoZone here. Let's see. We got it right here. We had to pick up some transmission fluid. Stoplight switch. There's the number right there. It's usually $23, right? But a commercial account, I got it for $11.99, right? But basically, the brake lights are not working. ABS lights, a bunch of lights came on. I went over and did a diagnosis. I've seen this 1,000 times. So it's the brake light switch. Usually I make this a YouTube short video, but a lot of you guys, the people who are watching, want more long form videos. So we're making a longer video today. My face, look how swollen it is. I mean, I got a fat face anyway. I always look like a little chipmunk, right? But I just had my back tooth pulled out because when I was in that car wreck a while back, that dump truck, the airbag came out. It broke my tooth in the back. I had to get it pulled. Boy, I'm dumb, right? Because I smoke cigarettes. Well, guess what happens if you get your tooth pulled and you smoke? Well, you get something called dry socket, which I have now. And it is painful. Painful. My pain meds are working right now, so I'm a little loopy. And I'm not feeling it as much right now, but when that pain med wears off, it is rough. And that's why you can see my fat face. Normal fat, right? Fat plus swollen on this side. You can even see it in my eyes. See how it's flat right here? Right here you can see the line where it's a little fatter. Anyway, so that's why my face looks fat, or fatter than normal. Also, here's the part number right here. J, Juliet, A is Alpha 4371. Got it here at AutoZone. I'll show you what it looks like here. Little switch, it goes on your brake pedal. So we got a 15-minute drive. Customer's not home, but she left the key in the mailbox for me. So you guys are gonna hang out with me today. So I had my tooth pulled yesterday. I am bad pain, so I didn't start work till 11 today. So I only got a couple things scheduled today. Like I said, we got this job. And then after that, at 6 o'clock is when we're supposed to meet this person out of town. We're looking at, I think, a 2003 Lexus. The buyer is from North Carolina. And the seller, like I said, is about an hour away. So for the brake light switch, I'm charging $200 labor. And then I'm charging $300 for the inspection. So today is a $500 day. A lot of people ask about starting a mobile mechanic business. Turn right onto wherever you live is going to have a big impact. I live in Columbus, Ohio. It's a big city, over 1 million people. So I have a lot of potential customers. If you're in a small town with maybe 5,000 or 10,000 people, the potential customer base obviously is a lot smaller. So if you're around a bigger city, it's going to be a lot easier being a mobile mechanic. Just pulled in here to the customer's house here. Beautiful Columbus, Ohio. It's about 28 degrees right now. Customer is not home. She left the keys in the mailbox for me. There they go. Driving Big Red still. I bought that new truck and I haven't even used it yet. I guess when you grow up poor like I did, anybody that knows me and grew up with me knows I was poor. I was the kid that lived with other families, you know what I mean? I was that kid. So now that I've actually bought a house and cars and all that, anytime I buy something nice, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to use it. I just don't want to get it dirty, anything, because I never had anything. So when you get something, you're like, ah. Let's see. I'm going to show you what's going on here, guys. I did a YouTube short on this vehicle showing what was wrong with it. If you guys seen that video, all I did was showed you what part you need to replace. When I said I'm going to be making a follow-up video, which is what I'm doing now. The YouTube short just showed you a small diagnosis. Now we're going to show you how to actually finish it off. Let me see something. Show you what I'm talking about here. Customer was driving, and then all of a sudden she had some lights come on, which is the ABS light, traction control, and check engine light. Yeah, let's push the brake in here. So we should have some brakes back here. Let me turn the light off here. There's nothing. Nothing. Should have one up there. Nothing. And when you push the brakes, obviously your brake lights should light up. If you do that, or if they're stuck on no matter what, also brake light switch. Turn the slide on. Come down here and show you. Come down here to the brake pedal, right? Follow your pedal all the way up to right there. So, when you press the brake, like I am, when it comes off like that, that turns your brake on. And when you let go, it hits the rubber piece right there and pushes it in, that turns it off. You see what I'm saying? The connection. This black piece we're gonna take off right now. That's what we're replacing. It's gonna be hard to get anything up here to this little nut. Get a little pair of pliers or something. Oh Lord. that is what we're doing. So let's go ahead, get some tools out, get started on this bad boy. All right, let's grab our part, and let's see. There's not a lot of room, so I'm gonna grab a couple of different sizes here. This job doesn't take long, usually. I probably shouldn't even have said that. Doesn't jinx myself. Scoot this back far as it'll go. Have something to put my knees down. I'm an old man, and I just turned 40, so I gotta take precautions. It's like a jigsaw puzzle in here. I got everything just tucked away nice and neat. But you move one thing and it falls apart. If any tools that you see that I'm using, if you're like, oh man, I like that, I need one of them. If you look in my video description, it has all the tools and links and everything. You just click on them and it goes right to the Amazon link, and I get like 0.05% of something. So if you buy $100 worth of something, I make $1 or $2, something crazy. But it all helps. All right, let's get down here and figure out what we're gonna do, bud. We gotta get you guys set up somehow to even watch me do it. Yeah, that's a pretty good little spot, right? See if I can get something up in here so I can take this off. Let's see. Grab it here. That's on that tight. I tried that for a second, got on there, but I couldn't bust it loose. Well, let's see what size here. So here's a 14, gets on it. And I'll use a 15 too, because it gets on it as well. So we'll try that. All right, guys, got the camera in here. I'm using a 14mm wrench. Let's get in here, we just gotta break this loose here. Oh, there it went. Yes. See if I can spin it off now. There we go. Come on, baby. Oh shit, let's push down on the brake now. Have that thing. There you go, fell right to me. We can be able to pull that up out of it. Oh, we got it, boys. Now we just gotta pop the sensor off, right? All you gotta do is push right here, right? So I'm gonna push on this right here. Push it down. Bam! There it went. Hell yeah. Here's the old one, and here's the nut. All right? Here's the new one. Don't want to get them switched up here. That's pretty easy, right? Easy way to make a couple $100. And this literally takes you like a total of like 15-20 minutes to put this on. Getting apart and driving here was longer. But now once we put it back on, we gotta get it lined up right when we're putting this other screw on, where it goes down on the plunger, right? So let's put it back on there. First we'll clip it in, we'll slide it down in there, and we'll put the nut back on. Sound good? All right, here we go. I can't even reach in here. I can do it one-handed. Reach with my other hand here. Should just clip in. There we go. Let's get back up in here. I'll move you guys up so we can put it back in so you guys can see it. Let's see if we can get up here. I think it only goes in one way where it's threaded here. I know you guys can't see much. I'm just putting it through the hole and pushing it down. All right, got it right there. Now I gotta push the brake down here and put the nut on. Get this lined up somehow. Struggling to get that on there, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold it in place with my magnet like this right here, and then I'll try to screw it down in there because I was having a hard time getting it on there. Maybe hold it, you know, with your pliers up in there. So that's what we're gonna try to do right now. I'm using these long nose pliers to hold it steady to get on there. I got it on the very tip right now. I don't know how good you guys can see. I'll try to slowly spin it on. Oh, I think I got it. Look, let's go ahead and get it slugged up. Now that it's on there, we just gotta tighten it up. One more snug. There we go, righty-tighty. It's in there nice and firm. Brakes are off. So now you hit your brake pedal, right? You push the brakes, lets that little white plunger out. So brakes are off, you hit your brakes, and that turns them on when the plunger comes out, that little white plunger. You let off. See? You want to be able to push the brakes. Like if you push it and it's still touching them, you're gonna have to loosen that top bolt and you guys will have to adjust it, right? So now let's see if they're actually working. Push the brakes, we're gonna hold them in, right? See, it's not touching now. Now we should have some sort of brake lights. There you go. Yep. Working good. That is how we do it, boys. Also, for diagnosing this, need to check the fuse as well. You don't want to jump straight to the brake light switch. always, you know, do your due diligence, because sometimes it's simple as a fuse being out, right? Check two things, right? Come out here, we'll do this one first. We're gonna look up the brake stop fuse. We're gonna pull this out, set this to the side, or you can flip it over and look at it. And we're gonna look at this one right here, see? Brake switch, 10 amp. Or grab this 10 amp fuse, pull it out, set it down. It is good to go. So that fuse was good, so put this back on. Now, there's another one that you need to check inside. Let's see here. You're gonna come down here, you're gonna pull this off, set that to the side. Let's look up in here. We're gonna look up here, and I'm gonna show you which fuse to check here. This is also the brake stop fuse as well. I'll put a diagram up here so you can see it as well, but if you look in here, you're gonna go to the third row, to that 15 amp right there. So get your little pliers out here. We're gonna grab this. Yeah, pull that out, set it down, and give it a little looky-see. It is good to go. Now obviously I already did this, so I knew that was gonna be good. I did it when I did my diagnosis. I got that back, put this back in there. There you go. So if you've checked the outer fuse, check the fuse in there. If all that checked out, then you go ahead and replace your brake light switch. So there you go. That is how you fix a brake light switch in a 2015 Kia Sorento. And to be honest, that setup is like that on a lot of cars, right? All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. We just hit 50,000. Our next goal is 100,000 because I want that silver plaque from YouTube, right? Also, if you guys want to donate to the channel, I'll have my Cash App or my Zelle up here. What we do is we pick one customer a week, and we help them out. Say they need front and back brakes and they only have enough money for the front. We take whatever you guys donated and we apply that, help them out, get their back brakes for them, something like that. So it depends on the donations, but we try to do it once a week. If you guys want to donate and help somebody out, you can, but you don't have to, right? Just an option. But like I said, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. You know I love you, and like we always say, Semper Fi. Until next time.